What's good, YouTube? This your man Spiel Dog. Man, I really don't like watching Floyd and Roy Jones hate on each other like this and go back and forth. I'm kind of wishing they would just go on ahead and fight, have a little exhibition match, make a little money and get this shit off their chest. But I really don't like seeing it, man. In my era, in my age group, Roy was the best thing since sliced bread. I got to be honest. Floyd came after my age group era, but to me, he definitely was the best of his era. When Roy was in his prime, Roy was the best offensive fighter I ever seen with my own two eyes, and against good opponents that I've seen. I mean, I seen Roy do some shit that you wouldn't even think is possible to another professional man that been trying to box for a lot of years, and him get in there and do dudes like he did them. And Roy had speed, power, reflexes. He had the whole package on offense. And he was good on defense, but really his offense was his defense. Roy was putting hands on you back in the day. Leading with left hooks. The stuff you weren't supposed to do, laying on the ropes, throwing uppercuts. I mean, knocking dudes out like that. I mean, Roy was a bad motherfucker. So, you know, for me, losses like Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, Sugar Shane Mosley, them back end losses, like once you done got past your prime, you know, that's not really held against box. Definitely not in the time I came up in. They don't hold that against a fighter, especially when you was the best in your prime era. We in an era now where guys is more concerned with looking like they undefeated than going in there challenging the best guys in their division. So the fight game was the fight game back then, and right now it's the business game more than they fight. Now I would say, although just like Roy was the best offensive fighter of his era, Floyd was the best defensive fighter of his era. I watched Floyd put on a masterpiece against Juan Marquez, and Marquez is a damn good fighter at 140 after he had been out the ring for 18 months. And I mean, went in there and looked like art in the ring. Go watch the fight. And Zab Judah was a damn good fighter when Floyd beat him. Floyd beat a lot of good fighters, and I saw an interview Roy had the other day, and he was talking about when Floyd fought Oscar and some of these other dudes. The part Roy left out was them guys wouldn't fight Floyd. It wasn't Floyd fought. I know this for a fact. Them guys would not fight him. Vernon Forrest used to train at the gym where my son trained at in Atlanta. And me and him in the barber shop talked about it a couple of times. Them dudes wouldn't fight Floyd. Floyd couldn't get them fights until he was the cash cow. Then they had to fight him. And then another thing he left out, Roy was saying that the fight was close between Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd. The part he left out was Oscar went and hired Floyd daddy for about 6 or 7 years before before he even fought him. That's a nice big slice he left out of there. Just like Roy know them guys was ducking Floyd in his prime. His speed, his reflex, that defense, guys didn't want to have to deal with that. And I just think they both is, great in different ways. Once again, like I said, Roy was the best offensive fighter of his era, and people was worried about Roy offense, and Floyd, people was worried about not being able to hit him. So they, they two great fighters that, man, for me, this ain't good for the young fighters coming up. Don't show them how to be divided. Show them how to come together. I, Roy is more of a people person to some degree than Floyd is. Roy is right here with the people at all time, where you can get arms left to Roy Jones Jr. and this not a good look with him. Him and Floyd going back and forth like this. And I just wish maybe the only I'm starting to think like somebody said in my comment section a while back. Maybe they need to go in and have them a little boxing match and get this all out the way so the love can be there. Cause one thing about it, once you share the ring with a guy, it's a different respect you usually have for that guy after that, especially when when you've been tested. But the only thing I say to that, the few little dudes that got in there with Roy got beat up bad, Felix Trinidad, Jeff Lacey, when little dudes come up to fight Roy, it don't work out good at all. That left hook is serious. So for me, I wouldn't give a damn how many times Roy got knocked out on the back end of his career. I feel like if he should have stopped after that first Tarver fight. But hey, it is what it is. And if nothing else, he damn should have stopped after the second one. But hey, that's life. That don't negate all the shit he did before that. And that's why he in the Hall of Fame right now. That's why people gonna remember his victories way more than they will his losses. The only people that's gonna think about his losses is guys that's trying to hate on a man. Straight up. But when Roy was in his prime, didn't nobody really want to see Roy. I mean, that ain't what that you wasn't gonna win. That was for damn sure. When he was in his prime, his 20s and early 30s, you wasn't winning that fight. I don't give a damn who it was. You wasn't going in there and beat Roy. It just wasn't gonna happen. And I feel the same way about Floyd Mayweather. I feel like Roy kind of disrespecting Diego Corrales a little bit. Diego Corrales was a monster at the time when Floyd fought him. I don't know how Roy forgot about that. They was both, I think he was 30-0 or something like that, knocking everybody out. A big lightweight. I mean, that was a big motherfucking fight. Floyd was 23 years old and Corrales was 23 years old. So, like I said, it's looking a little haterish, and I never thought of Roy in that way, and I think Floyd just really, really rubbed Roy the wrong way out here, and maybe they need to glove up, maybe they need to glove up, but I just wish whatever it is, they would stop this because it just ain't good for boxing, it ain't good for the young guys coming up. We need unity, we don't need division, but that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.